Breaking news has just exploded across the internet like a nuclear bomb of celebrity chaos. King Harris, son of rap royalty T.I. and Tiny, has been brutally beaten inside jail walls. And the shocking fallout is leaving fans and insiders in complete disbelief. Eyewitnesses are claiming this wasn't just a scuffle, it was an orchestrated takedown. A message to silence him after his desperate pleas for freedom were coldly shut down by a judge who refused to even hear his cries. Yes, you heard that right, while Harris begged for mercy. Insiders say the courtroom turned into a chilling stage of betrayal, with powerful forces smirking as his fate was sealed, and now chaos is erupting behind bars. Secret recordings are leaking. Prison guards are whispering to reporters off the record. Fans are in total meltdown mode online, with hashtags like #JusticeForKing and #FreeHarris blowing up Twitter in a frenzy of heartbreak, rage, and speculation. But the most explosive twist: we've obtained never-before-heard insider leaks messages that suggest this wasn't just about punishment, but revenge. What celebrity secretly cheered when the judge slammed the gavel? What Alistair was caught laughing in a viral clip? And why are Harris's so-called friends suddenly turning on him? Stay glued, because what's unfolding isn't just a scandal, it's the biggest celebrity betrayal of the decade. And we're about to drag every last secret into the light. The story begins not with a whisper, but with an explosion. The kind of explosion that rattles through the halls of Hollywood and ripples across every corner of social media. King Harris, the fiery and outspoken son of rap legend T.I. and reality star Tiny, has just been dragged into the darkest chapter of his young life, and it's uglier than anyone dared imagine. Insiders say he walked into jail with his chin high, ready to prove himself against the critics who mocked his tough talk. But within hours, the walls of that prison became his battlefield. And Harris was blindsided in the most humiliating way possible. Beaten down, stripped of control, and left gasping for survival while his so-called freedom slipped further away, and the world is watching. The chaos didn't start in the jail cell. No, it started in the courtroom. Cameras caught Harris practically pleading with the judge, his voice cracking as he begged for leniency, for a chance to breathe outside the bars. But what did the judge do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. A cold, calculated refusal that left the entire room in stunned silence. No mercy, the gavel slammed, sealing his fate. And the moment that sound echoed, Harris's fate was more than legal, it was personal. Because insiders swear that powerful hands were already pulling the strings, ensuring that when he returned behind those bars, the nightmare would be waiting. Whispers claim that the attack in jail wasn't random, it was ordered by someone with influence. Leaked text messages circulating in shadowy fan forums suggest that guards turned a blind eye as a group closed in on Harris. Teach him a lesson, one message allegedly reads. Make sure he understands where he stands. And when the fists started flying, Harris's cries echoed through the corridors. No cameras, no witnesses willing to talk, only bruises, silence, and the chilling knowledge that he'd been targeted. But the story doesn't end there, because hours after the beatdown, a mysterious audio clip hit the internet. A muffled recording, allegedly smuggled from inside the jail, captured Harris sobbing, cursing, and demanding to know why nobody helped him. I'm T.I.'s son. Do you know who I am? His voice shouts through the crackling speaker. Then silence. The kind of silence that feels like a dagger. Fans erupted. Some pitied him. Others mocked him, calling his bravado fake. His cries proof that the tough guy act was nothing more than a performance. But here's where the twist cuts deeper. Twitter exploded with a clip of the judge leaving court smirking when asked by paparazzi if Harris deserved another chance. We all make choices, the judge muttered, the words slicing like venom. Instantly, hashtags like #corruptjudge and #setup trended worldwide, with fans accusing the system of plotting against him. And just when it seemed like Harris couldn't fall any harder, another betrayal hit. A celebrity friend someone fans thought was readored leaked private DMs of Harris ranting about the jail conditions, In one message, Harris allegedly threatened to expose everyone if he wasn't released soon. That leak spread like wildfire, painting him not as a victim, but as a liability. Insiders reveal the betrayal didn't stop there. In a shocking twist, Harris's so-called inner circle fractured within hours of the beating. One member went on Instagram Live crying, saying she had begged him not to push the judge, not to talk back, not to show off online. He thought he was untouchable, she wailed to thousands of viewers. And now look, another insider, furious, accused her of selling him out for clout, turning the story into a circus of finger-pointing and meltdowns. Meanwhile, Harris's parents, T.I. and Tiny, remained eerily silent for hours. Fans begged for a statement, desperate for reassurance. When it finally came, it wasn't unity, was conflict. Tiny posted a cryptic Instagram story, "Pray for your children, because the world won't." Within minutes, T.I. uploaded a fiery rant of his own, demanding justice for his son and calling out snakes in the grass who were using the moment to drag the family down. The posts clashed, sending fans into chaos. Were the parents united or divided about how to handle the scandal? And then came the betrayal nobody saw coming. A leaked video surfaced, showing Harris in the holding cell before his plea. He wasn't broken, he wasn't begging, he was pacing, furious, vowing to burn bridges and name names if the judge didn't let him go. "I'll expose the industry, the fake friends, everybody," he raged, unaware the clip would ever see the light of day. That video didn't just shake fans, its celebrities. Suddenly, Alisters, who once called him little brother, were sprinting to unfollow him, terrified they might be the names he planned to drop. The fallout grew darker when another rumor hit the internet, that the beating wasn't about Harris at all, it was about silencing. T.I. insiders whispered that enemies of the rapper wanted to send a message through his son, a brutal reminder that old feuds don't die. One source claimed, "This isn't about King, this is about power. This is about shutting T.I. up without laying a finger on him." The theory spread like wildfire, and fans began combing through T.I.'s old beefs, dissecting lyrics, interviews, even podcasts for hidden enemies who might have orchestrated this takedown. But Harris wasn't the only one spiraling. His fan base turned into a war zone. On TikTok, viral edits of his courtroom pleas were set to dramatic music, garnering millions of views. On Twitter, fans clashed violently, some calling him a victim of systemic corruption, others mocking him as a spoiled rich kid who thought fame would protect him. The chaos spilled offline too. Outside the courthouse, protesters gathered with handmade signs demanding his release, chanting, "Free King, free King." The spectacle grew so massive that police were forced to intervene, pushing the crowd back as tensions boiled over. And yet, as the world debated, Harris's silence inside the jail grew louder. Insiders claim he stopped eating, stopped talking, stopped trusting anyone around him. Guards allegedly caught him sitting in the corner of his cell, rocking back and forth, muttering about betrayal and broken trust. He feels like everybody's turned on him. One guard supposedly confided to a blogger, "He doesn't know who's real anymore." The ultimate knife in the back came when a secret voicemail leaked. Voicemail Harris left for a family friend just before he was sentenced. In it, he breaks down in tears, whispering, "Don't let them bury me in here. Please, tell my mom I tried. Tell my dad I'm sorry." The internet exploded. Fans wept. Critics sneered. And celebrities. They split down the middle. Some rushed to post messages of support. Others, shockingly, liked shady tweets mocking his downfall. Even rappers who once collaborated with his father through subtle shade, posting cryptic bars about fake kings falling. The betrayals, the leaks, the meltdowns, it was all building to a boiling point. And just when everyone thought they'd seen it all, the most shocking revelation yet shattered the internet. A former guard allegedly stepped forward with proof that Harris's beatdown wasn't just tolerated, it was filmed. Yes, filmed. The guard claimed that somewhere inside the prison system, a video exists showing the entire attack, and that it was being shopped around to the highest bidder. If true, It means that the world hasn't even seen the most humiliating piece of Harris's downfall yet. And as rumors swirled of that tape leaking, the tension reached a fever pitch. Harris's enemies were circling. His friends were scattering. His family was fractured. And the internet. The internet was foaming at the mouth, waiting for the next piece of the puzzle to explode. But the real bombshell? The Guard hinted that the video doesn't just show Harris getting beaten. It shows something far worse, something that could flip this entire scandal upside down. And that's where everything stops. Because if that video ever leaks, it won't just destroy Harris. It could burn down everything around him. The whispers about his secret jailhouse video sent shockwaves that no one was prepared for. One moment, fans were praying for King Harris's recovery after his brutal beatdown. The next, the internet was ablaze with rumors that the entire assault was caught on camera and, worse, that someone on the inside was shopping it to blogs and gossip sites for cash. Within hours, Twitter was drowning in speculation. Screenshots of shady DMs allegedly offering exclusive footage for $50,000 began circulating. TikTokers claimed they'd seen snippets, though most clips turned out to be fake. But insiders swore the real tape existed, hidden, dangerous, and powerful enough to end careers. And here's the twist that no one saw coming. The supposed footage wasn't just about the fight. A guard speaking through a disguised voice in a leaked audio interview claimed the video caught more than fists. "It shows who ordered it," the guard muttered, voice trembling. "It shows the truth. And if it comes out, some powerful people are going down with him." Those words detonated across the industry like dynamite. Suddenly, this wasn't just about King Harris being beaten. It was about corruption. It was about secrets. And it was about to expose names the world wasn't ready to hear. As fans scrambled for answers, the chaos bled into Harris's inner circle. A new betrayal erupted when a close family confidant, someone Harris trusted like blood, was accused of leaking the existence of the tape to TMZ. Social media sleuths pointed to cryptic tweets from the confidant just hours before the rumor broke. The truth always comes to light. One post read, followed by a snake emoji. Fans connected the dots, and overnight, that confidant was bombarded with death threats. Labeled a traitor and accused of cashing in on Harris's pain. But instead of denying it, they went live on Instagram, crying, shaking, and screaming. "You don't know the half of it. He did this to himself." That live stream ignited a firestorm. The confidant claimed Harris had been bragging in private about the jail being his stage, boasting he'd use his time locked up as a platform to prove himself real. He wanted this, the confidant shouted. He wanted to come out stronger. But now he's broken, and y'all think I'm the snake? Nah, he's the one who betrayed himself. The internet erupted. Fans couldn't believe it. Was this person telling the truth, or just throwing Harris under the bus to deflect blame? Meanwhile, celebrities started weighing in, and their reactions only poured gasoline on the flames. Cardi B tweeted, "They playing with that boy's life, FR. Y'all better stop treating jail like a game." Within minutes, Nicki Minaj posted a cryptic Instagram story, writing, "Some kings aren't really kings. Be careful who you bow to." The Barbs and the Barty gang immediately turned the drama into a battlefield, dragging each other while Harris's name trended worldwide. Even Meek Mill jumped in, tweeting, "This why I said the system ain't for us. They trying to break him." The wave of celebrity attention shifted the narrative. Was Harris a victim? Or was he simply paying the price for his reckless mouth? But the most shocking betrayal yet came from someone nobody expected: another rapper's son. A leaked Twitter space, secretly recorded, captured him mocking Harris. He thought he was about that life. Now he crying behind bars, the voice sneered, followed by laughter. Fans identified the voice almost instantly, and within hours, his name trended alongside Harris's. The betrayal ripped through hip-hop's celebrity kids circle, sparking a civil war online. Allegiances crumbled, old beefs resurfaced, and a wave of subtweets and shady memes flooded social media. Inside the jail, the tension boiled over. Insiders leaked that Harris had been placed on suicide watch after guards found him in a panic attack, begging to be transferred. His pleas, however, were ignored. The judge don't care. The guards don't care. Nobody cares. One alleged jailhouse source said, "They want him to suffer." The revelation shattered fans, sparking hashtags like #ProtectKing and #SaveHarris. Outside the courthouse, his supporters grew louder, chanting through bullhorns, demanding answers. But then another betrayal hit like a bomb. A series of leaked text messages, allegedly between Harris and a high-profile celebrity friend, surfaced online. In the messages, Harris allegedly confessed that he knew who set him up. "It was someone close. Someone I trusted. They paid off the guards." The texts end with chilling words. "If I don't make it out, expose them." The internet exploded. Theories spiraled. Fans accused everyone from fellow rappers to industry executives to even his own extended family. Twitter turned into a war room, dissecting every emoji, every lyric, every old interview to find clues about who Harris meant. The betrayals weren't just from friends and family. Even the system itself seemed to be conspiring. Court documents leaked to blogs revealed that Harris's request for protective custody had been flatly denied. The judge, in a cold dismissal, reportedly wrote, "Consequences followed choices." The line spread like wildfire, painted across memes, quoted in TikToks, weaponized in fan debates. Harris was no longer just a young man in jail. He was a symbol of cruelty, corruption, and collapse. Meanwhile, a darker revelation bubbled to the surface. Insiders whispered that the reason the video hadn't leaked yet wasn't because it didn't, but because multiple buyers were fighting over it. A shady bidding war was allegedly underway with gossip outlets, rival rappers, and even Harris's enemies offering staggering amounts of money to obtain the footage. "It's blood money," one blogger said. "Whoever buys that tape is buying the power to end him." Fans shivered at the thought. What could possibly be on that video that made it worth millions? And then came the betrayal that truly shattered everything. A leaked phone call between Harris and his mother, Tiny. In the recording, Harris breaks down, sobbing, telling her he can't take it anymore. Tiny's voice trembles as she begs him to stay strong. But then Harris spits out words that froze fans. "I wish Dad cared as much as you do." The internet erupted. Was this proof that his relationship with T.I. had fractured beyond repair? Within hours, fans dug up old interviews of Harris shading his father, clips of T.I. disciplining him on live streams, and pieced together a narrative of father-son betrayal. T.I. fired back on Instagram with a fiery video, eyes blazing, declaring, "Don't get it twisted. That's my son. And anybody coming for me or him gonna regret it." But fans weren't convinced. The narrative shifted. Was this really about Harris's mistakes? Or was it about the cracks in a famous family finally breaking under pressure? The chaos spiraled further when a viral TikTok claimed to show someone in the jail bragging about being part of the attack. The blurry clip showed a man, face partially hidden, saying, "Yeah, we handled that. He ain't no king here." Whether real or fake, the clip racked up millions of views. And fans began demanding justice not just for Harris, but against the jail itself. Protests swelled. Petitions racked up signatures. And still Harris sat inside, watching his world unravel from the shadows. But the most jaw-dropping revelation came not from a leak, but from a betrayal within the courtroom itself. A clerk, allegedly fed up with the corruption, slipped a blogger a sealed document. The document suggested that the judge himself had ties to one of Harris's father's rivals, a decades-old grudge that was quietly influencing the case. The blogger posted snippets online, hinting that Harris wasn't just a victim of bad luck, he was the pawn in a generational war. Fans screamed. Conspiracy threads lit up. And suddenly the idea that Harris's beating was orchestrated didn't just feel possible. It felt undeniable as the internet howled for the truth. The pressure reached a boiling point. Harris's enemies grew bolder, his allies fewer. His mother wept in silence, his father roared in fury, and his fans split into factions, some believing in his innocence, others declaring him finished. And just when the world thought it couldn't get any darker, another insider leak shattered the internet again, proof that the secret video wasn't locked away anymore. It had already been copied. Multiple copies. Multiple hands. And someone was preparing to drop it. The cliffhanger wasn't just about whether Harris would survive jail. It was about whether the world was ready to see what really happened. Because once that video leaked, nothing, absolutely nothing would ever be the same again. The internet was already convulsing with fear, rage, and obsession when the bomb finally dropped. After weeks of speculation, after whispers of secret bidding wars and hidden USB drives, the alleged jailhouse video surfaced. Not in some polished TMZ exclusive, not through an official leak, no. It hit the dark corners of Twitter at 3 a.m., a grainy, shaky clip blasted by an anonymous account that vanished within minutes. But by then, it was too late. The footage was everywhere. The footage was everywhere. The video was worse than anyone imagined. King Harris cornered in his cell, surrounded by three shadowy figures. The blows came fast, brutal, merciless. His screams, his desperate pleas, it all played out in horrifying clarity. But it wasn't just the violence that detonated the internet. It was the background. Because in the corner of the shot, half hidden in shadow, a man in uniform stood watching. A prison guard. Motionless, silent, allowing the beating to happen. That one frame changed everything. Fans erupted in fury. Hashtags like #JusticeForKing, #CorruptSystem, and #GuardExposed trended within minutes. TikToks replayed the moment, zooming in on the guard's smirk, looping it over ominous music. Twitter threads turned into investigations, with internet sleuths, matching tattoos, body builds, and even wristwatches to try and identify the man. Within hours, a name surfaced and then disappeared. Posts were deleted, accounts suspended. It was as if someone somewhere didn't want the truth exposed. And that's when betrayal struck again. A new wave of leaked images, this time allegedly from a guard inside the facility, claimed the video wasn't the whole story. They cut it, the DM read. "You didn't see the part after." Fans froze. What could possibly be worse than what they'd already seen? The answer came in the form of a second leak. Another clip, shorter, more chaotic. It showed Harris bloodied, glaring at the camera through swollen eyes, whispering, "I know who sent you, and I'll make sure the world knows too." The screen cut black. That whisper sent the internet into meltdown. Who was he talking about? Who had orchestrated it? Theories spiraled out of control. Some pointed fingers at rival rappers, others at family members. And a chilling faction accused his own father, T.I., of sacrificing his son's safety to protect his empire. The betrayal narrative grew uglier by the SECONDT. I responded with fury. He went live on Instagram, veins bulging, declaring, "I would never sacrifice my son. Y'all think I'm part of some conspiracy? Man, y'all got me messed up. Whoever touched my boy, gonna pay. I promise you that." His rant went viral, pulling millions of viewers in minutes. But instead of clearing his name, it fueled the fire. Comment sections flooded with accusations, conspiracies, and death threats. Tiny, meanwhile, stayed silent, fueling whispers of a family rift that no amount of spin could cover. The betrayal spread beyond blood. Harris's supposed friends began distancing themselves in the ugliest ways possible. One rapper's daughter tweeted, "We told him to chill. He didn't listen. Now, look." Another celebrity unfollowed him mid-scandal. Their silence louder than words. Even influencers who once used his name for clout deleted old collabs, erasing him from their feeds. Betrayal became the trend. Loyalty collapsed overnight. And yet, amid the chaos, a chilling leak emerged, an alleged voice memo from Harris himself, recorded secretly on a contraband phone. In the recording, his voice trembled as he whispered, They want me gone. They want me silenced. But if I go down, I'm taking everyone with me. I've got names. I've got receipts. Don't think I won't use them." That clip spread like wildfire, becoming the most shared audio of the year. Fans dissected every syllable, trying to decode who he meant. Theories flooded YouTube. Some claimed he was threatening industry execs. Others insisted he meant his own family. The paranoia was suffocating. Meanwhile, social media descended into chaos. TikTok was flooded with edits showing Harris's smiling moments from his younger years, contrasted with his bloodied face in the leaked footage. Twitter wars erupted between those demanding his release and those mocking him as a cautionary tale. Instagram fan pages turned into battlegrounds. And in the middle of the storm, celebrities weaponized the moment for their own agendas. Drake liked a shady post implying fake kings always fall. Kanye West, of all people, went live to declare, "This is proof the system destroys our young kings." The reactions weren't solidarity, they were fireballs, each one igniting new chaos. And then, just when the internet thought it couldn't handle more, the betrayal came from the most unexpected source: Harris's own cellmate. An anonymous Reddit AMA, allegedly posted by him, spilled jaw-dropping details. He claimed Harris had confided secrets about powerful celebrities, corrupt deals, and scandals that would make Hollywood crumble. The post described Harris as paranoid, pacing, whispering names, promising to burn it all down. The AMA was deleted within hours, but screenshots spread like wildfire. Was Harris preparing to expose the industry from behind bars? If so, the industry was terrified. Anonymous emails began circulating among blogs, threatening lawsuits if certain names were mentioned in connection with Harris. Celebrity PR teams scrambled, cleaning up old tweets, deleting shady podcast clips, anything that could tie their clients to the scandal. The silence was deafening. It wasn't just Harris's reputation on the line, it was everyone's. The climax hit when a hacker collective, claiming to support Harris, announced they had more footage unedited raw and ready to drop. Their statement, posted on X, read, "If the system won't protect him, we will. The world deserves the truth. Countdown, 48 hours. The internet went into hysteria. Was more footage coming? Would it finally prove who set Harris up? Or would it reveal secrets even darker? Fans stayed glued to their screens, terrified of missing the drop. In those 48 hours, chaos reached fever pitch. Protesters stormed the courthouse. News anchors debated the scandal like it was Watergate. Even the president was asked to comment during a press conference, dodging with, "That's not a matter for me to weigh in on." But the very fact it was asked showed how massive the scandal had become. And then, the hackers struck. A full 12-minute video hit the internet. This one showed everything. Not just the beating, not just the guard standing by, but the aftermath. Guards dragging Harris's limp body out, laughing. And one guard, clearly visible, whispering into a phone, "It's done. Tell them he got the message." That whisper set the internet ablaze. Who was them? Who had ordered the attack? Fans tore the video apart frame by frame. Conspiracies exploded. Some claimed to recognize the voice, matching it to industry insiders. Others insisted it proved a government cover-up. Theories spiraled so wildly that no one knew what to believe, but everyone knew one thing. King Harris wasn't just a victim of jail violence. He was a pawn in a far bigger, darker game. The betrayal was total. His family was fractured. His friends were gone. The system was exposed. And the industry was trembling, terrified of the names Harris might drop next. Because if he truly had receipts, if he truly had evidence of the people behind his downfall, then the biggest scandal in celebrity history hadn't even peaked yet. And that's where the story ends for now. With Harris broken but defiant. With enemies circling like vultures. With the world waiting, breathless, for the next leak, the next betrayal, the next name to fall, because one thing is certain, the king may be bloodied. But the game he's playing has only just begun, and now the world holds its breath. The leaked footage, the betrayals, whispers of names too powerful to say out loud, everything is spiraling faster than anyone can control. King Harris isn't just fighting for his freedom anymore. He's fighting for survival, for his family's legacy, and maybe even for the truth behind an industry built on secrets. And if he really has the receipts everyone's whispering about, then what comes next could burn down everything we thought we knew about fame, power, and loyalty. But here's the thing, this story isn't finished. It's evolving by the second, and every new leak, every shady tweet, every cryptic post is another piece of a puzzle too explosive to ignore. And that's where you come in. This channel is the only place pulling back the curtain, piecing together the evidence and exposing the forbidden truths that others are too afraid to say out loud. But to keep bringing you the real story, the raw, unfiltered chaos, we need you. So stop what you're doing right now and smash that like button until it breaks. Hit subscribe and turn on ALL notifications because the next update could drop in minutes and you cannot afford to miss it. And go down to the comments, tell us who you think betrayed Harris. Was it the system, his circle, or someone closer than anyone dares admit? Don't just watch history unfold, be part of it. The scandal is only beginning. And trust me, you're going to want front row seats. And trust me, you're going to want front row seats.